Gosh. So first off, um, let's stop making excuses for Tua.
You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
It's the MarcWes Sports Podcast back for 2022, baby.
You already know.
We made it, man. It was a rough go at it from for this 2021 to end it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm Marcus Benjamin. That's Wes Pierre. You already know what it is. We give you that real sports talk from that Miami crib perspective. And damn, man, I had a run in with COVID, but your boy is all right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was more annoying than like life threatening or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a little fever for a couple of days and headaches, but after those days passed, it was just this annoying cough that I got, and just feeling a little bit sluggish. But today I finally tested negative. Finally,
that's the play.
I think me and the wife were just recycling it with each other. I think that's probably what was going on.
Damn.
But we got new variants, all kinds of mess going on. But anyways, it's a new year, and first off, man, we got to talk about the Miami Dolphins, man. We got to talk because they had a big story for these past couple of weeks, I think.
See the background.
First off, Wes, I just want to point out that I still feel very strongly about Tua. My take on Tua, he's average. He's not trash, but he's not great. And I still have yet to see signs of greatness. I think he's a game manager. I think if you build around him, you can win. I mean, you don't necessarily need an outstanding quarterback to win games. You know what I'm saying? You just need somebody who doesn't turn it over and can make some third down throws when you need. But I mean, we got to rewind all the way back to week when they played Tennessee. They were albeit Tennessee best team in the AFC, but record-wise. So it's not like we lost against, some scrub teams. We actually beat the scrub teams, so which confirms for me that, we still the average Miami Dolphins, not the greatest football team. And, we still in the same spot. And Tua, like I said, man, I want Tua to be great, just like everybody else, every other Dolphins fan. But I'm ready to move on from him, to be honest. I'm ready to move on to the next quarterback. Let's look at somebody. I mean, this draft, not great as far as quarterbacks are concerned. So maybe you want to hold off. Maybe you want to see if whoever you can get in free agency. Maybe Deshaun Watson comes now. But this transitions me to my other point that happened this week. And it almost makes me feel like not being a Dolphins fan anymore, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And Wes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like the shocking news this week is that they fired Brian Flores, the head coach, the former head coach of the Miami Dolphins. I mean, this team to me was trending in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Defense, I've been singing the praises of the defense for a long time, and statistically, they were one of the best defenses this season. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we continue to build around Tua or whatever quarterback we had, I think we would still be trending in the right direction. But all of a sudden, the owner decides to fire Brian Flores. He takes the side of the general manager, Chris Grier, who's really the one who should have been fired. I mean, to me, when I heard the news, Wes, I thought I was in another planet. I thought I was in another world. You know, I was like, wait, what? And it was early in the morning. So I thought I was like dreaming when these news came out. And I was just like, come on, are you serious? You really gonna fire Brian Flores? Like he's the problem? If they let go of Tua, I'd have been like, okay, I probably would have kept Tua, you know what I'm saying? I'm still willing to keep him for another year, just to see what happens. You never know. I don't believe in him, but that's if they said, okay, Tua's gone, then I would have been like, okay, I understand that. If they said Chris Grier was gone, I'd be like, okay, I understand that. This one right here, bro, I do not understand at all. Like, come on, man. Like, I literally wanted to revoke my Dolphins card. I
me
was
too.
like, bro, come on, man. Explain this to me. Make sense of it for me, bro.
All right. I'll try to make it make sense, even though I don't agree with it. But first, I gotta rewind to your first comments about Tua saying he's an average quarterback and you're ready to move on. And I mean, the last game didn't look great. I mean, for me, it didn't look great. The game for Tennessee didn't look great. I mean, I know that we beat New England. We swept them in the year. We haven't done that in like the last 20 years. They've been dominating us since we've been in high school, I guess. But regardless of the fact, losing to Tennessee, he didn't look great. Brian Flores getting fired. I'll explain that in a while, but you can't do anything without the O-line being good or even average. And you follow this, from, to, high school to collegiate to now, NFL, regardless of which quarterback you got, Tom Brady, Hall of Famers, if you don't give him at least like 3 seconds in the pocket to look down the field, then what do you expect? When the running game is like averaging like 3.7 yards a carry, when you're supposed to be averaging like 5, 6, what did that tell you? It's not the running backs, it's the O-line again. So when Tua's not doing good and he's not, as accurate as I know him for being, even though a lot of people are gonna say it's dinks and dunks, 5 yards. Yeah, even when he was playing in Tennessee, those plays, he was not even completing those plays. So again, for me, it's the O-line. The O-line don't give you enough time in the pocket to do anything offensively. I can't really say Tua's good or bad right now because he has a mediocre offensive line. He has Brian Flores ran through how many offensive coaches? 3, So you're not gonna get that cohesiveness that you need in the offense. He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick that's played in 17 teams. He's on his third team practically because it's 3 offenses that he's been try to do something with. Now when it comes to what I've been saying for the longest, I think Tua is really a good quarterback. I think if you surround him with a good offensive line, the accuracy is going to be there. You've seen it, even if it's 10 yards or 15 yards. Again, Tom Brady wasn't always known for his arm. He was known for being that quarterback in the pocket that has time. New England is known for having a great offensive line. It used to be with the running game. Yes, I know you sighing. It used to be with the running game, and the defense is like what Miami have now. Now, I think if you fire Coach Flores, you have to have an explanation, right? And from what I've been hearing in the radio, it's saying that he wanted a lot of control. He wanted He basically wanted what Bill Belichick have in New England, and I can't really fault him for it because, I know we've been saying this the whole year. Chris Grier needed to have been fired a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You Charles Harris, the defensive end, you was, matter of fact, I don't even need to say that. You've been here the last 20 years. And you always find a way to survive. Now you have all the power in the last 4 years, and what have you done? And I heard he said, there was rumblings that he couldn't get along with people. I'm trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do you mean you can't get along with people? Again, if Marcus has a job to do, right? And Wes have a job to do, and Chris have a job to do, and we're a team and we work as a unit. If Marcus is fucking up and consistently fucking up, sorry, excuse my French, but don't you think that he need to get addressed by me and Chris? Some people don't like the truth. You feel me? And right now, in this world, you got to be politically correct. Brian Flores ain't trying to be politically correct with these guys. He ain't, I heard that he got into a confrontation with Tua halftime. The last game against New England, they were saying F you to each other, Flores and the quarterback. So that tells you who wanted Deshaun Watson. They say that Deshaun Watson, his real reasons for wanting to come to Miami is for the lifestyle and because of Brian Flores. He's not here no more. So Marcus, I don't know if he's going to come here anymore. Ultimately, I'm just saying, sad. This is just sad. This is what's out. Yeah, whatever it is. Like me, I don't think it's as sad. One, because I feel like Tua can be that quarterback. I know you disagree right now, but again, I may change my mind. I ain't tied to Tua. My whole thing is give him an O-line so I can know 100%. Because look at Tannehill. Tannehill got a running back and an O-line. And look, he's the one in the playoffs and not us. You know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to be this quarterback that's not as accurate, a quarterback that does the same thing that Tua does. The only thing is he wasn't known for being injury prone, them last 2 seasons, when he didn't want to have the surgery and whatnot. But hey, that dude that in Calais Campbell, that was an illegal hit, but that's another story. But look, he's in the playoffs and not us. They surrounded him with a great defense, a O-line, come on. The head coach comes from the evil empire as well. He's kind of like Brian Flores. He's not doing anything different. They saying that, he can't get along with people. Look, that just shows you what type of team we are. The team takes the attitude of the head coach. But when the general manager is a weakling, is a square, you can look at him, Marcus. You can't tell me you can't look at Chris Grier and tell me he's a square. Compared to looking like that, look like somebody that you could do whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Flores don't look like that. Certain people have that look. Now, I'm not gonna say all the time is exactly like that, because some people look like they weak and they about that life. But him right there, everybody's saying he's a nice guy. I'm the general manager and somebody trying to pretend like I'm the boss, like he the boss. And this, I done checked that the first day. I'm not gonna let him do this, that, and the other. You gonna blame him. You saying that, the players that I wind up grabbing is the players that Brian Flores wanted as well. So that means that Holland, that is because of Brian Flores, not Xavier Howard. When it comes to Byron Jones, when it comes to Phillips, when it comes to Wilkins, was Wilkins there before?
What do you mean before
Brian Flores?
I think they came in the same year.
Okay. All right. So look, all the defensive players are good. But when it comes to the offense, Chris Grier, everyone sucks except Waddle and possibly Tua. So again, who's the person you're gonna be blaming? All these draft picks, like, come on, man. It makes no sense for me. Personally, I think it was the worst decision that they made. But again, for me, I can't blame Brian Flores. I can't blame Chris Grier. Who I gotta blame is Stephen Ross.
Well,
Everybody's
obviously, he made
saying
the
is
decision.
because what's up?
Obviously, he made the decision.
But not even just making the decision. I like him. I like the plain fact that he's willing to spend. He's willing. A lot of people that got money don't make good decisions. You could be a great real estate guy and have all this money, and you could do things for the community. Good. You're a good person. But when it comes to running the football is like a paramilitary, environment. You got the boss. People don't barely see him. They don't even need to see him. When they see him, they like, even though it's not like back in the days but again, general manager, people don't want to play with him. He a square, he a booty. Nobody respecting Chris Grier. And then you have a tough guy with Brian Flores, someone that he says what he does and mean what he say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like that. So it's gonna clash. But ultimately, I really don't even care no more. I'm like you. You're like, hey, he's probably gonna turn in his Dolphin memorabilia and tickets and any type of. I'm the same way. But again, at the end of the day, people got to understand. You got to know how to play the game. Brian Flores, you got to know how to play the game. At the end of the day, when you're trying to take a lot of control, I got people like that at my job. They don't want you to achieve. They want you to always be under them.
Right,
People don't,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Because they got a job too. They want you to eat, but not off my plate. If I'm the supervisor, if I don't get a higher position, I don't want you to take my job. I only want you to take my job when I'm doing something else. I'm making some more money.
Yeah.
So you show your card a little too early. Maybe if you made the playoffs, you probably would have got fired. Just the plain fact that they fired him so quick. They fired him Sunday, like Monday morning. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what the hell? So that means that they've been wanting to fire you. That means
exactly.
that happened a long time ago. They didn't like your personality. And that's what it is. It's just like kind of like Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, but it's the general manager and the head coach and not the general manager and the quarterback. But regardless of the fact, funny that Miami kept it in. They known for always running their mouth. They can never keep a secret. Just the plain fact that it happened the way that it happened, I was like, damn. Even though I think it's the wrong decision, but it may be the right decision because if the guy don't want the quarterback, and clearly the general manager want him, clearly the owner want him, because he said he's our quarterback. He didn't want to say, he said it's going to be the next coach that's going to decide that, but that's automatic. Everybody know that if you're going to go ahead and hire a new coach, he's going to want his name tied to another quarterback. So it may be Deshaun Watson. That's the only reason that I may give you some hope right now, but other than that, they're going to probably want somebody that coach Tua. I heard they want to grab somebody that coach Tua in Alabama. I think the offensive coordinator or something like that. And if they do that, obviously, Marcus, your dreams are gone and your Tua is going to be your quarterback. But it can be a good thing. Man. It can be a good thing. That's the only hope.
So much stuff I need to counter on from what you just said. Oh my gosh. So first off, let's stop making excuses for Tua. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always having excuses for him. Like,
he had the same record as the Chargers.
Let me finish, bro. Because the first excuse is he's injured. And you already know what I gotta say. I'm not even gonna say it. You already know what my saying is. You know what I'm saying? And then the second excuse is he ain't got no running game. All of a sudden, Duke Johnson's there. We got a legitimate running game. You know, we got 2-3 running backs that are capable with Ahmed and Myles Gaskin. You got 3 legitimate running backs. Running backs don't have to set the world on fire. And for some reason, that offensive line is starting to work because you got Duke Johnson in there.
Did he do that against Tennessee? No, he didn't. He didn't do that against Tennessee.
The offensive line. It's Tua. Let's stop making excuses for this guy. I understand you want to believe in him. I want to believe in him too. We drafted him 5th overall. He's supposed to be that guy. And he seems like a good person. You know what I'm saying?
You wanted him. You say you don't mind having him for another year. So I'm just like you having him for another year to figure it out. That's the only thing.
Wes, I'll let you talk for a while. Let me get my point out, bro. So, I mean, the Miami Hurricanes, you know, all of a sudden, we were talking about the offensive line. Oh, the offensive line is trash. De'Aaron King, he's not 100% with the injury. Doesn't that sound familiar? And all of a sudden, Van Dyke comes in. We're like, okay, we're not talking about the offensive line no more. It's not the same, different guys. It's the same dudes that was there the first few games. And all of a sudden, offense is setting the world on fire. He's throwing the ball downfield. He's setting records. I mean, come on. The receivers that he's playing with, setting records. So let's stop making excuses for Tua. Tua is what he is. He's an average quarterback. He's mediocre to me. He's not good. You said he was good. He's not good. He is okay. He is just status quo when it comes to quarterbacks. There's quarterbacks that I would take over Tua. I would probably take Kirk Cousins over Tua, Baker Mayfield over Tua. And those quarterbacks, to me, are kind of average. He's not in the upper echelon of quarterbacks. There's an upper echelon of quarterbacks, and then there's everybody else. He's just an everybody else guy. So to me, Tua is part of the reason why Brian Flores got fired. You talked about how he had a bad relationship, and Flores apparently rubbed people the wrong way. But this is football, bro. Come on. This is football. You're going to rub people the wrong way. Bill Belichick rubbed people the wrong way. Nick Saban rubs people the wrong way. And what do? Win. Something we don't do. I mean, we win half of our games. You know, that's all we do. We're the half team. You know, we win half of our games every year. They added another game, so now we 9-8. We're not 8-8 every year. We're gonna be 9-8. Just missing the playoffs, maybe barely making it, and then we're gonna get waxed in the first round. That's the Dolphins right now. And when you have an average team with an average quarterback, you're just gonna be average. And that's the future for the Miami Dolphins, especially now since you fired Brian Flores. Who you gonna hire now? Who you gonna hire now that's gonna be better than Brian Flores? You basically starting from scratch all over again. You're gonna hire, I don't know, like Bieniemy, who's not really proven as a head coach, or who are you gonna hire? Bill O'Brien from Alabama.
That'd be the worst thing you could do.
Was from the Texans. That's who you gonna hire. It's gonna start this whole cycle over again. Like, come on, man. Like, and then I agree. Like, I have to reiterate that we had to let go of Chris Grier. Stephen Ross chose the wrong person. He chose sides. He chose Chris Grier over Brian Flores, which is dumb as hell. Because if you're a football guy, or if you're just a fan, you know, like us, or anybody who has any type of sense, you can see that the defense grew. You can see that even Tua grew this year as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So he's making progress as a leader of the football team. So what he did was measure his entire body of work of the 3 years. And in football, I think you need at least 4 years to really make an assessment. Now, he was going to be on the hot seat next year. Like if he had another 8, 9, and 8, 7, and 9 type of season, and then he got fired, I'd be okay with that. But to fire him in this moment just gives me no faith at all in the Dolphins at all. You know what I'm saying? I would say I'm switching over to the Giants, but they a dumpster fire too. So I just gotta reiterate, stop making excuses for Tua, man.
I'm
Stop
not making no excuses for Tua. I'm not making excuses. Look, do we have an O-line? Yes or no?
We have an O-line that you can win with if you had a quarterback that knew what he was doing. Well, this offense is catered around.
There was rated the worst O-line in the NFL. How do you say that? And they rated the worst O-line in the NFL, kid. So you saying that you could win with them, but they rated the worst in the NFL? I mean, you on the computer, you can always check that. But they rated the worst in the NFL, so you can't say that they're a good O-line. They're not. They drafted a left tackle, and they had to put him into left guard, and he still's trash. You know, they got Jesse David at right tackle that got Tua injured, that let the guy just run straight to Tua like a torpedo, got him injured in Buffalo. I mean, you got Eichenberg that his arms is not long enough for left tackle, and you remember when the guy just tossed him on his back, like, yo, like I've never seen that in the NFL before, somebody to get pancaked, like not from the left tackle, you know. I mean, the O-line, you got Solomon Kinley that I think is a good running guard. You know, I mean, he's big as hell. You know, people can't move him. I mean, he may come in overweight, and, you know, coaches don't like when you late, and coaches don't like when you overweight. So I kind of understand why he wasn't getting no play time, but he probably was just in the doghouse, you know. Wolf Fuller was probably in the doghouse. I mean, if we're talking about Brian Flores' personality now that they saying in the media, you know, then he probably don't got no time for people that be on that F shit. So he like, man, all right, you on that bullshit, man, all right, it is what it is, man. You ain't playing. We can go to the next person. But again, our O-line is trash. You know what I mean? You got Albert Wilson, you know, like I told you, every time he try to get yards, he run backwards before he run forward. Every time. And we always wind up being a yard or 2 yards short from the first down, rather than if he would have just went straight. Then we got Wolf Fuller. You know, he stole some money. You know, boom, he came in with a ski mask. Boom. Then you got who else? Preston Williams. He was in the doghouse, you know, like, and he was in the doghouse. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like something about, it was like some college, like you're a grown man trying to reprimand him like he's in college. I don't remember what it was, but it's Brian Flores. I ain't with the bullshit. Now I agree with it because I think it was the worst decision. I agree with you. You feel me? I mean, if you get the quarterback wrong and the left tackle wrong, you normally get fired as a general manager. He did both wrong, and he's still here. The whole O-line he drafted, Dieter, he drafted him as a guard, and they had to change him to center. You never draft a player Austin Jackson, same thing. I mean, like, what's going on? Jesse Davis, he was a defensive tackle.
The only good offensive line we got is Robert Hunt, the one that caught the ball. He's the only one that's good.
But they got somebody named Robert Jones. They started him on the right side on right tackle. He's a rookie. They said he was good. So, you know, for me, I wasn't really watching the game like that. I was watching it. I was in and out, you know, because, you know, a kid was, you know how you do. He's starting to roll now, so you can't take your eyes off of him. But regardless of the fact, the Dolphins got so much holes when it comes to the defense. Like, we got holes in the defense. People say that we got a great defense. Yeah, but there's plenty of times they give it up. I remember when AB was killing us. Yeah, the guy that threw that quit on national TV. You know what I'm saying? He was killing us. He was killing X-Man. And I love X-Man, like I said in the last episode. But, I mean, our defense was good, but our defense, I don't think, was great. You feel what I'm saying? Because still our defensive line I know we got Jalen Phillips and Van Noy but they're not like a Von Miller on the edge. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. And yeah, you got a lot of sacks, Phillips, but you got like 4 in one game against a garbage team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you're not gonna trick me with the numbers. You feel me? And you from the U, so I want you to be good. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of make me look at like, yo, this is probably why you wasn't playing in the beginning and they had you doing running drills and certain things like that. Look, man, Brian Flores was a great coach. I think he could have still got fired anyway because look, you can't go through 3 offensive coaches like since you've been here. Like, what's going on? That incohesiveness you see in the beginning when we always losing, and then now we get it right later on because you're doing something different every year. You're going through the same thing. It's Groundhog Year with us. You feel me? It's not Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Year. You feel me? For the last 20 years, but for you, it's the last 3 years. Look, you got Jim Caldwell that was here supposedly as an advisor, and supposedly he wind up,
like him for a week.
Boom. And what it's probably couldn't get along with Brian Flores. I do not know, because miraculously they're saying you're one of the candidates to become head coach. You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that. When it comes to the offensive line coach, the guy came from high school. What is going on over here? You're not gonna fire him for hiring the offensive line coach that came from high school? Not even college. High school. Come on, man. Now again, I like the defense. But the problem that you got is the offense. The problem that I got is the offense. You gonna hire the offensive line coach from high school? Come on, Marcus. You can't tell me you can't fire him just for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
If Brian
it's just
Flores
certain things.
Hiring the offensive, if he was hiring the offense, if he was totally responsible for that, I agree with you 100%.
You already know.
Especially Chan Gailey. Come on, Chan Gailey. Come on. Chan Gailey's like 80 years old, man. And you just hired him? Like that was terrible. So,
the reason why I think they got Chan, the reason why I think they got Chan Gailey was because they knew that Fitzpatrick. Well, we both said sit to a year. He was not even supposed to play those few games that first year. You know what I'm saying? Now again, it was supposed to be Fitzpatrick. I mean, if we know Fitzpatrick's not going to be here because the next year is going to be Tua, regardless of what Fitzpatrick and the media say and what we say, oh, he's our quarterback. Now, we drafted Tua. We're not going to pick a quarterback and not give him no play time. He got injured. We all thought he was going to sit for a year. He wound up playing. All right, it is what it is. But going into the season, we thought Chan Gailey would be a better fit for Fitzpatrick if it's going to be a year that we trying to make that push because, I'm Brian Flores. I'm good on the defense. You know what I'm saying? All I need to do is get a cohesive offense, even if it's for 1 year, because this quarterback, he's not the future. I'm going to get rid of him anyway. Chan Gailey is old. He want to do it one last time because he know he got a defense about that life. He think that he a good offensive coach. So he could go ahead and try to make one push before he retire. They old. They try to get that last ring before they die. You see what Stephen Ross is doing. He trying to get that. I think he's 70 or 80. Like, yo, like, come on, man. A lot of people be dying. A lot of people don't live to 100. You know what I'm saying? So again, everybody is on a different path, and that's what I feel like it didn't work over there. Again, I agree with you. They picked the wrong person. Grier was supposed to get fired, but again, that's the whole reason why I blame Stephen Ross, because he just looked like a goofball too, man. Like, come on, man. You can't see him and not think like have you heard from the Rooneys and all these people? They barely talk. You barely see him. You know what I'm saying? They used to be like old Suge Knight. You feel me? Like, you never see his ass. You just scared. They lurking in the dark somewhere. You know what I mean? Stephen Ross just looked like a goofball every time he go on TV. You know what I mean? Just like Chris Grier. Chris Grier looked like somebody that you could just go ahead and rob. He ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, nah. Matter of fact, you disrespect his girl right in front of him. He look like the person that will walk away and don't do nothing. That's what I mean about Chris Grier. Because like that's conflict between me and Brian Flores that it's gonna get checked at the door, my friend. You feel me? I don't know. You trying to be Bogart over here. You trying to think that you gonna out muscle me. Now let me let you know what it is. Right when you, but again, it is what it is. That's your
I
typical
have
Miami Dolphins.
no faith in this football team. Yeah, I just want to say that, just to kind of put a bow on this conversation, because I said everything I wanted to say about the Dolphins. I got no faith in this football team. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. I mean, what you gonna do? Just draft 4 offensive linemen in the draft? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are kind of hit or miss. And I hate drafting an offensive lineman high in the draft.
But the
I feel
defense
like
is good.
you need a playmaker, you need some kind of athlete, you know what I'm saying? Defense is good enough, you know what I'm saying? They probably need a couple of more pieces, maybe another linebacker to go with Baker, you know what I'm saying? Or, another D tackle, another but some of them players have been playing pretty good. I think they've been playing good enough. I think they're missing maybe 1 or 2 players to be a great defense. But
Chris Wilkins got the most tackles.
Chris Wilkins been playing great. Phillips
He
came
tied
on
the
late.
record for tackles for most tackles in the season.
And then X-Man with another pick 6 against the Patriots. I mean, can't say enough about what he's done this season. And usually when you get paid, you don't play as well, but he showed that, he was worth it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no faith in the Dolphins, like at all. They really pissed me off, man. Like, I can't picture myself going through this again. And it seems like that's what we're gonna go through, like, especially if we got Chris Grier again going through this draft. Like, that in itself, like, is disheartening. Like, I have to go through this draft because basically that's the next thing, as far as NFL football is concerned, after the playoffs and Super Bowl is over or whatever, it's to the draft and everything leading up to the draft, like the combine or whatnot. And I have no faith whatsoever, especially in those first few picks. I think we're gonna have maybe the 19th pick in the draft, something like that. That Chris Grier is going to pick someone who can change this franchise around, especially with, I don't think you should. I think if you want to get a quarterback, you should wait for the following year, because Bryce Young likely is going to be available, and there's some other quarterbacks that will be, I think, good 2 years from now, not this draft.
That we got to be garbage. Then
bunch of average guys coming out this time, to me. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have to be
Pickett, I don't
garbage.
believe in. Kenny Pickett, I don't really believe in. The kid from Matt Corral from Ole Miss, I don't really believe in that kid either. To me, there's not really a lot of great quarterbacks out there. There's some great running backs coming out for sure. Receivers is always stocked every year. And then you got some game-changing defensive players that are coming out as well. I don't know if you want to trade up for the kid from Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson, because he's a beast, or the other kid from Michigan is good too. The kid from Africa. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm good. That's why I got this Heat hat on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you play tonight.
I'm just ready for the Heat to get healthy, because they still balling with half a team, with dudes they picked up off the street. You know what I'm saying? That's the real franchise in Miami, straight up. And maybe the Panthers is going to come up and be that other franchise because they the best team in hockey right now. But the Dolphins, man, and we got faith in the Hurricanes because we always got faith in the Hurricanes, and they always give us a reason to be excited. Even though they sometimes disappoint us, they give us a reason to be excited, though. You know what I'm saying? But the Dolphins, man, I'm done with them boys. Done with the
Nah, I'm still loyal, man. You feel me? But again, at the
I
end of
mean,
the
I say
day,
that shit. I say that shit now. You already know I'm still gonna be loyal, but right now I'm mad. I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like a scorned woman that's in a relationship with a millionaire, right? And that
mhm.
dude just just straight up just cheating. But like, I'm living this lifestyle. I'm just taking it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm done. But I'm still gonna stay
Man,
married,
I,
unfortunately.
I just don't. Me. I don't put too much faith in the Dolphins no more. Regardless of the fact, I'm gonna watch the game because like, what else I'm gonna watch? I mean, we got all the games, but I'm loyal, as heart. So regardless of the fact, I'm gonna see them play if they win or lose. It's just when they lose, it's just all right. Let me carry on with my day rather than being how I'm feeling right now. And when I heard it, it was a shocker. But again, typical Miami Dolphins. You know what we're gonna get when we put our chips in to root for these guys. And hey, it is what it is. We just know that they're known for making the wrong decisions. So at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. I don't think the defense is gonna be the same because they got Brian Flores mentality. He's the one that brought these guys over here. So if you get somebody that's an offensive minded coach, we don't know how good he will, be with the defense, because it's a different type of scheme. So, hey, it is what it is.
Hey, two
Hopefully
two
they do
good
something
things I
good.
do want to say about the Dolphins, though. Two good things.
Hmm.
It's really cool to see Duke Johnson play for the Dolphins. I'm not gonna
Yep.
lie. Hometown,
Yep.
hometown kid, from Northern High School, played for the U, and he really wasn't getting his shine in the NFL. They kind of labeled him as a third down back. He did still get injured a lot, for the Texans and the Browns. He was playing for a little while. So it's good to see him like play well, He had a couple of 100-yard games, I believe. So that is a highlight for me this season. And then Jalen Waddle. I mean, the kid set the record for catches, albeit it was a bunch of 5-yard passes from Tua. You know what I'm saying? But still, he set the record for receptions.
He
And
numbers too, though,
and
now.
and yeah, and he he gives you the yards after catch. He's explosive. He's definitely a player, but he's gonna be a situation like Jarvis Landry. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get to the end of his rookie contract, and then they're gonna be like, oh, he's a slot receiver, and we're not gonna pay for him. That's what the Dolphins do. Wes, I'm lying. I'm lying, bro.
I'm
You
shaking
know
my
that's
head
what's
because
gonna
I'm
happen.
just waiting for it to happen. You see what they trying to
Exactly.
do to Gasicki? I'm like, hey, come on, man.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know,
So, but
uh,
anyways, it is what
well,
it is.
we could go ahead and since we're still on football, we